Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it is time for the April update of my yearly project pan for 2022. Few things I'm rolling out, maybe just one thing I'm rolling out actually, but some things that are really close to getting rolled out. So I feel comfortable refreshing and adding some new things in. And because I have so much to talk about, I'm just gonna dive right in. Let's just get into the update. Almay Raisin Quartz Eyeliner. So guess what, guys? I finished it. That was the goal. I've had this in my project since last year. I want to say beginning of 2021. So it's about time that this thing got finished. I had to use it 7 more times to finish it out. And I used it 111 times total since the beginning of last year. Wow. So of course now it will swatch. I feel like that's always how it is. Like once you throw it into your empties and pull it back out to show, it always has product on it. But I promise you, I used it till it got as dry as it could be, and I would like lay it on its side. I would stand it up. I'm calling this done. So I don't care if it has a little bit left on there. Final thoughts on this eyeliner now that it is done completely. No, I will not be repurchasing it. I just have too many other eyeliners to be adding any extra eyeliner in. Not that it wasn't nice. I really liked it. I don't think I would have been able to finish it if I didn't enjoy it, right? I certainly found a comfort zone with it. Like I used it pretty much any day because it isn't so dark that it looks like too much. And it's not so light that it doesn't turn up. It was like the perfect like anytime eyeliner, really. I didn't really like wearing it with like darker eyeshadows because you couldn't really see it in that case. So you did kind of have to, you know, pair it with certain eyeshadows that weren't too dark. But overall, I did enjoy it, and I do enjoy liquid liners in a well like this. You know, I've kind of had a roller coaster of like, you know, not sure if I liked it. Yeah, we'll miss it for sure. I think it was great, but I do know that I've used it since beginning of 2021 very consistently, so it is time to part ways and move on to something else. So, very happy to start the video off with a finished product. Now let's move on to the other 2 eyeliners. We have the Avon Black eyeliner and the Wet n Wild Copper eyeliner. And I just like talking about both of these together because the progress is usually the same for both of these. And it is the same this time around. So for the Wet n Wild Copper eyeliner, I got down to here. I didn't mark it last time. That's why there's only 3 lines here. There wasn't as much of a difference. So it was pretty much pointless to mark it last time. And the black, Avon Black, got down to here. So here's the last update. Now we're down to here. Don't know if you can even see it. Same increment as last time. So it's coming down. Both of them are coming down pretty evenly for the most part. The goals for both are down here. So halfway from where they started. Since the last update, I used the black one 9 times and the copper one 16 times. So I use this a heck of a lot more than this guy. I think it's just because black wasn't really an April-y type of eyeliner color for me, but the same predictable progress. Now we have the Modern Renaissance palette, not including this shade because I had that in a project last year, but every other shade I want to use in here 5 times total. So I'm happy to say that I did reach my goal on 5 for all of them except for Red Ochre right here, which has about 2 or 3 more uses to go. I'm definitely going to use the Red Ochre 2 more times between now and next update. Heck, I might even get to 2 uses this week. I'm wearing it today in my crease. The last ones to reach my goals were, no surprise, like the pinkier ones that are very pigmented. They're all very pigmented, but like very pink. Find this with a lot of very colorful eyeshadows. I always stray from them. But then I always find that when I do make myself wear them, I really like them, and they're a lot more wearable and daytime friendly. I mean, for me, I know, you know, everybody has different comfort levels when it comes to like how bold they like to wear their eyeshadows. But for me, I'm not as afraid to reach for them anymore because I know what I'm able to do with them. I don't always have to use a, you know, really heavy hand with them, and you can, you know, just kind of tap a little bit on and like make a really nice crease shade with it, and it's a nice change from just using very predictable boring neutrals, you know what I mean? I know sometimes when we don't want to reach for things, that's a sign that like maybe it is time to declutter it, or maybe we really don't like the color, but it can be worth it to try things honestly and see. Like that was a really long explanation for something like that's not even kicked out of the project yet. I have MAC Rose, which is this guy right here, and the MAC Golden Olive pigment. They're both pigments, and my goal is to use both of these 10 times each and, you know, potentially finish them within that 10 times. That would be nice, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Either way, I ended up using both of these 2 times more since the last update. 3 more uses to go on both of these. That's how much product there is left in there. Doesn't look that different from, I guess, when I started. I mean, maybe Golden Olive looks like there's usage. There wasn't a whole lot in here. Both of these are samples. So, but a little bit goes a long way. And I can say the same thing about these as I was saying about this. They're definitely colors I feel more comfortable using now as opposed to maybe in the beginning of the project. So at least there's that. So now let's get into other face products. I'm going to go with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Powder in the shade Strike a Pose Rose, the goal being hit pan, and of course I did not hit pan. That's the gash that I've been talking about, that I dug my nail in there by accident, so no, I'm not counting it. I used this 12 times more since the last update. This side, the 2 darker shades here, I was using a lot more in the beginning. This side had hard pan, so once I removed the hard pan, it got a little bit better. But now I'm finding that even though this side is lower and I could focus more on this side just to hit pan, I don't really want to do that because this side is very, very pigmented and you cannot be very heavy-handed with that. That's what I'm realizing. I guess didn't think that was much of a problem before, but then as more time went on, I'm like, I really have to combine and swirl the whole thing or focus more on this side now. I do think that's going to make reaching pan take a little bit longer now, even longer than I thought. I think that's a good thing that I get to use the other side more. That means that I'm using the whole product and I'm not neglecting one side. I would much rather see the whole thing get fair usage than just like focusing on the side that's easier to hit pan on just because it's easier to hit pan on. That is what it is. I'm at peace using this blush till even next year. I mean, I don't know, guys. The Sonia Kashuk contour stick. This is what it looks like now. And honestly, it takes about 2 months to see this product make significant progress visually. That's what I've noticed with this product. And I've been holding it up to the Z palette. I'll throw the picture up on the screen so you can see the little to no progress between that last month and this month. But yeah, next month I think you will see more of that letter E. Use that 14 times since the last update, bringing me up to 177 times on this since I brought it in the beginning of 2021. It'll take me probably till the end of the year to actually finish this up, which I don't have a problem with because I do love it. But yeah, that's the update. Nothing more to say about it at this point, because it's the same thing I say every single time that I like it. So let's move on. Hula Bronzer by Benefit. Goal with this was to use it 30 times. I've used it 11 times since the last update, bringing me up to 28 times. So I only have 2 more times to use this before rolling this out. Beginning of the year, I was thinking to see how I felt like as I got closer to my goal, maybe entertain the idea for keeping it in for the whole entire year. I haven't decided on that yet, so all I know is that I need to use this 2 more times, and maybe the next update I'll have a better idea if I want to keep this in a little bit longer and get more usage out of it because it is old. Not that I'm saying I'm going to finish this thing at all. Like, there's not a chance of that happening this year. But thinking I might never want to put it away again because at this point, it's either got to be used consistently, being that it is as old as it is. I mean, this thing is probably from, like, my 20s and I'm almost 40. Okay? So, yeah. Still performs really well, so kudos to Hula Bronzer for being a kick-ass product that has lasted this long. The Too Faced powder. So this guy I want to finish completely. That is my goal for this year, and I'm finally able to see progress where I can draw a line, because the last 2 updates I don't think I was able to come to any major difference where it was worth it to draw a line, and I'm now down to here. So this line up here was probably from like February, I want to say. So it did come down a little bit. The widest parts of any circle container that you're trying to pan like are always the hardest humps to get over. And once you do, then it's kind of easier because they get slimmer and slimmer. So I'm hoping that's the case here. I'm happy that I was able to mark it off this time. And yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking along. I really did have my hesitations with this. I really wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it. I wasn't sure if the smell was gonna bother me because that was kind of starting to do that. I don't even notice the smell anymore. That's the crazy thing. It doesn't bother me. It's not a thing. So keeping it in, happy to use it, happy to hopefully finish it at some point this year. The Tarte birthday suit sample. It was a birthday sample from Sephora, and there is major windowing in there. You can totally see it going all the way down. I want to finish it, not there yet. I used this 11 times since the last update. I'm not sure how much total, I didn't calculate that, but either way, it's not done. There's definitely less product in there. You can almost see the light at the end of the tunnel there. It's really cakey, and there's like a bit there at the end I could scoop out. A little bit does go a long way though, but I've been pretty consistent with like using this a lot more this past month and quite enjoy it. I don't really remember if I mix it with any other colors. Probably, I don't remember at this point, but it is getting use, and I do love this and enjoy it. So want to continue enjoying it. Bite Cashew lipstick, the discontinued, as you can see from the packaging, lipstick that I got a couple years back. It's still kicking, still good. The goal was to use this 15 times, and I did use it 15 times, so I can roll this out. I had to use it 2 more times to hit my goal, and I used it beyond 2 times. I actually used it like 5 or 6 more times since hitting my goal, which is neat. Came in handy when I wanted to darken up like stuff that looked too pale. I think that's why I got more use out of this in general. I remember pulling it in and thinking it might not be like my favorite kind of a nude because it's a little bit darker, and I'm into more lighter types of nude colors that have a pinkier tone. But honestly, I don't think I even felt like negatively towards this at all. Kind of never gave it as much love as how I was feeling for it when I bought it. Like I always wanted to give that lipstick more attention, and I did. But my thoughts on it now are still positive. If I'm able to kind of pull for it beyond the goal that I had, that's a good sign. This is the Wet n Wild lip gloss that is discontinued. This is making predictable progress. I'm now down to here. So as you can see by the increments, they're all pretty even. So month by month, it gets the same amount of use. Love this lip gloss. I'm sure Wet n Wild makes similar lip glosses now. I can't imagine that they don't. And I'm sure they feel pretty similar. Good formula. I give that 2 or 3 more months. This is the ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil in the shade Truth Bomb. I want to finish this up completely, and it looks like it's settling to right about here. So it was up here, so you can see a lot of progress between the last update and this update. I have been using this more frequently, clearly. I said the last update that I think I found a way to make it work because I wasn't really sure about it. I don't really like love it, you know what I mean? Like it has a nothing smell. I don't know how else to explain it. Like it's not like it smells off. It just smells like nothing. Which I don't know if that's like a lip oil thing, because there's another lip oil that I'm using right now and it smells like nothing as well. And I'm not like someone who like loves crazy fragrances on most things, but it's bizarre. It's the weirdest thing. It just smells like plastic or something. I don't know. But either way, at this point, I am just kind of like using very little of it at a time. I used to wear this like layered with other colors to like lighten them up, or maybe, you know, if something was too dry, I would put a little bit of this on. But then I realized that I don't know if I like doing that either, because it does have pigment to it. It'll wash it out, and not in a good way. I do have to either like use it very sparingly or by itself. If this was like a really slow, like turtle paste type of product, I would probably reconsider if I wanted to keep it. But I just know in general, this ColourPop lip oil formula is not my favorite. I don't love it. I don't really like it that much. I think when I first got it, I kind of liked it. Now I'm like, no. We have 2 fragrances right now. So the Benefit Maybe Baby, I did say the last update that I was going to be laying off this a little bit because it is getting warmer. This to me is more of like a wintry fall type of perfume. So I held true to that statement. I didn't really reach for this too much. I mean, maybe put this on like once or twice, but I've been focusing more on the other perfumes. Yeah, it's not gonna show any progress. My goal is to finish this perfume, but it is gonna slow down. It's just that time of the year. Definitely been focusing more on falling in love. This is the other perfume in my project, and I can see that I've made a lot more progress because this was the last update, and now I'm down to here, which I marked with a purple marker, which was kind of dumb. I need to make that black, but yeah, it's like down to here now. So it came down quite a bit. Easy to do. It's a small bottle, so it's going to show usage very quickly and easily. I might be actually done this by the next update. I think that's very likely. So right now I'm focusing on this, and I threw in a body spray just to use in my rotation, not to pan or anything like that. But I am going back and forth between these two and another perfume actually that's in deco panning. So I think those are kind of the perfumes I'm going to be focusing on for the next few months at least. So I'm just going to put this away, or maybe I'll have it out on my counter and like use it like a spritz here and there, because I don't want to like just completely not use it, but it's just not going to get the attention that the others will. So that's the update with the fragrances. For this next part, these are the things that I'm rolling into the project. I rolled out the Almay one, that's done. I'm thinking the ABH Modern Renaissance is more than likely going to get rolled out probably this week. And I'm just ready to use new stuff. So I decided to pull in these two eyeliners. This is Maybelline, the Lasting Drama Waterproof. Let me say that again. The Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil. This is in the shade Lustrous Sapphire. This is one of my favorite eyeliners in my collection. I just don't get enough usage on it throughout the year because it is a bold color that reminds me very much of like summer, spring, which I kind of think is crazy because even though it does look like very vibrant, this is definitely wearable past that. It is just a really pretty eyeliner that accentuates my eyes no matter what time of the year. So I need to maybe extend the usage on this past summer. So I'm going to set my goal on this eyeliner for 15 uses. Originally, I was saying to have this in till August, but given what I just said, I think we can kind of push it into September, October. It always wears really well. It always looks good, especially paired with like brown or like peachier orange eyeshadows. I always thought those complemented each other really, really well. And it is also older. It doesn't even like feel like it's old. It does not. It really doesn't. Along those same lines, I have this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide on Eye Pencil in Covet. This was actually a decluttered item back when I made that video, and then I pulled it in because I was like, do I really want to get rid of it? Because look how pretty it is. I know. I was originally like, I don't wear colors like that, blah, blah, blah. But I think this kind of is like the blue one. Like, it looks like it's this, like, oh my gosh, crazy, like, punky looking thing that I'm never going to wear. But it is pretty. I don't know. Like, it's actually very wearable. And it's like the same theme with all my stuff. Like, I get so afraid and, like, not afraid, but, like, I get so hesitant to reach for things because I think it's too much for me these days, but it really isn't. It really isn't. There's so much of it left, and it's such a good eyeliner that I just didn't want to throw it away. I couldn't. I'm gonna use this 10 times. So 15 and then 10 for this because I still don't know how I feel about it, and I don't want to push it too much where if I don't love it, I don't want to make myself use it 15 times. You know what I mean? So I think I'm just gonna say 10 for this. Test drive it again. It's kind of like chopping block sort of product. I think 10 is good. And yeah, I just wanted to wear my other eyeliners. I was kind of neglecting them a little bit because of those two and the Almay one. So I think it's time to pull, like, especially seasonal type eyeliners. It's time to kind of, you know, bring something into the mix. So given that the ABH is going to be rolled out, I will be pulling in this self-made palette here. This is my Z palette eyeshadows. It has a Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This will not be in the project. It's just, it needed a home. I'm gonna focus on all of these eyeshadows. There are 6 of them, and I want to get 5 times usage out of all 6. So this is Ulta Truffle, super old single. They don't make anymore. This is Stila Kitten, back in the day, old school cult favorite. This is from the Comfort Zone palette. This is the only salvaged shadow from that palette, duochrome fun one that is like kind of reddish, kind of bluish. Then these 3 shadows right here, I forget their names, but they were from the Too Faced I Believe in Pink palette. It came with like 3 different palettes. It was like a limited edition thing. Ever since I depotted these guys, I just have not used them much or at all. This I had in a project recently, or Shop My Stash or something. Same with Steal a Kitten. I feel like I used that in a Shop My Stash last year, but swatch them really quickly. I love that purple shade. That is the one that's in the middle there. There is this color, which is like looks like a violet color. It's kind of like, it looks muddy here, but it actually is like that. It reminds me of Buonfresco a little bit from the Modern Renaissance. And this other shade, this pinkier one, like sort of hard to see. So that's my goal. I want to get usage on those depotted eyeshadows. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. There is the MAC Prep and Prime. This I feel like might have been mentioned in my unofficial Project Pan video, maybe a year ago, I don't know. But this isn't done yet and I need it to be done. So there isn't a lot here. So it does appear to be a gimme. It is not a product that I use consistently at all. I don't really have an issue with like super powdery looking makeup, and that's why I use this. Get the cakiness out of my makeup if my face looks like really powdery, blends everything together, diffuses everything. And some people use this to like wet their brush and like, you know, make more foiled looking eyeshadows. I don't really do that. I don't know. I don't really love doing that. I don't know why. I think it's because I feel like it's going to compromise the eyeshadow. I don't know, that's stupid. But I do use quite a bit of it when I do use it. I just would like to use it more and actually kick it out by the end of this year. I don't think it's going to take till the end of this year, but yeah. And then after this, I have a Milani one that has like this much left in it that I'm going to put into this bottle and then try to finish that. But one thing at a time, we'll just focus on this guy and make sure that it gets kicked out. And I almost forgot about this guy. Here's one more eyeshadow that I want to use 15 times. This is the e.l.f. Toasted eyeshadow. They do not make this. Yes, half of it cracked off the top, so it is uneven, but this is a beautiful eyeshadow. So pigmented, so pretty, just like a peachy, coppery, golden color, a little pink. It's beautiful. I feel like I have a lot of colors like this in my collection, but it's older and I want to get use out of it. So 15 uses for this one. Thank you guys for hanging in there during this update for my 2022 Project Pan. I have an empties video coming up and I do plan on doing more content. I know I've been kind of like focused on my project videos and like the empties and the really predictable like stuff that I do every month, but I want to get back into it. I do. It's just life has been really busy, but I think it's starting to kind of even out a little bit more, so I'll be able to focus on doing videos more, hopefully. So just hang in there. I hope you guys give this a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more from me. So I will catch you guys in the next one as usual. Have a great week and thanks again for watching. Bye!